Boss tells View enough already, Dagan. According to the Daily Beast, Disney and ABC execs have told The View to tone down their Trump bashing because they're constantly doing it. Should they, though? I mean, isn't this their brand now? They got nothing left. If you take that away, what do they have?
Greg Gutfeld just went off on The View after a terrifying ultimatum was supposedly sent by Disney execs, threatening to halt their whole anti-Trump effort. Did the House of Mouse just deliver Gutfeld a humorous death shot? Are we seeing the slow, agonizing demise of The View as we know it? This drama is as hot as a Disneyland churro tossed on the street in July.
Disney, the owner of ABC News and daytime talk show The View, is now the subject of a new report claiming CEO Bob Iger is urging the show's hosts to tone down their criticism of President Donald Trump.
Always want us to be respectful and do the things and talk about the stuff we talk about. We can do all of that. But when you are blatantly giving the country the middle finger, that is blatant. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to take the plane.
Don't you think when he lets these white Africans in and claims that's giving the middle finger to the black community?
As if the show is some delightful chit-chat fest without the political talk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a lullaby and a shot of Dickel.
Yeah.
If they're not ripping.
It all started with a shocking discovery from the Daily Beast, which spread like wildfire throughout the media. The claim was that top officials at Disney and ABC, perhaps, including CEO Bob Iger, had given a stern warning to The View's hosts. Turn off the continuous Trump bashing or else. For a program that has almost entirely built its current identity around treating Trump as a verbal punching bag, this was less a suggestion and more like asking a shark to go vegetarian. The irony was thick enough to spread on bread. Disney is often described as the epitome of woke ideology, with one of its flagship programs now allegedly being told to tone down its most defining political stance. But why would the Enchanted Kingdom, usually so protective of its outspoken on-air talent, suddenly go silent?
On Trump. Here's Joy. She's going to share her feminine hygiene routine and tell you how to prevent your old tatas from going down and having a picnic with your belly button.
That's like a cross between The View and Hee Haw. Except hoo-ha. Wow, that is pretty good, isn't it? It's hee-haw, me too-haw. I don't know. Michelle, you okay, Michelle? At least somebody got it, even when I was thinking, and I go, does that make any sense?
Yes, it made perfect sense.
In the cutthroat world of media, the fix usually boils down to ratings, bravado, and a bit of fear. The View may be a long-time staple, but its loud, politically charged format is losing steam. Bob Iger wants less noise and more entertainment, a big shift from the show's usual shouting matches. The endless outrage and recycled talking points seem to be tiring not just viewers, but even Disney. Maybe the memo is finally clear. Yelling doesn't equal lasting success. And while Disney treaded lightly, Greg Gutfeld was ready to strike with a comedic storm.
Told them to lighten up, and this is what they did on the Qatar jet, or Qatar jet.
The United States has accepted the plane. Is going to
He has accepted the plane. The United States has not accepted the plane.
He representing the government.
He's not representing us.
He's the government. Why does he want it, do you think? Because he's the king? He wants to go around the world like the king?
It goes to him and his presidential library, so it becomes his plane.
But we all know that that's BS, okay? No. He's not giving that to his presidential library. He's going to take it, he's going to fly and use it. But he's not supposed to have it. I got the Constitution right here. He's not supposed to have the plane, okay?
All right, my point, Michelle. If you take that away from them, I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
Like, it's like what Dagan said, there isn't anything else.
Greg Gutfeld, Fox News' resident jester with a PhD in parody, saw blood in the water. Chumming season had arrived. His response was swift, biting, and brutally honest. What's the point of The View if they can't endlessly bash Trump? As Gutfeld put it, removing that leaves them with nothing. He didn't just mock them, he diagnosed their issue as an existential crisis. Disney handed him comedic gold on a silver platter. Gutfeld exposed their supposed crisis with the precision of a surgeon dissecting a particularly sick organ, suggesting their entire brand had become so reliant on one note that without it, they were just an empty stage. It felt more like a public autopsy than a critique. And yes, he smirked while going live. Cartoons, you've got a problem.
Cartoons, you know you've got a problem.
I love what you said about wanting to entertain audiences, critics saying Disney's too woke, but you're just putting out storytelling.
We are. Look, I don't really like the term woke because I think it's an umbrella term that I'm not 100% sure I even know what it means, and one could argue that sometimes it's used too liberally. That said, our primary purpose is to entertain, and where we can entertain responsibly, obviously we try to do that. We try to have a positive impact on the world, but the first thing we need to do is entertain.
Gutfeld didn't stop there. He went straight for the show's identity, echoing long-held frustrations among viewers. He and many others have long framed The View as a tightly controlled echo chamber where manufactured outrage reigns supreme and self-awareness is non-existent. Gutfeld often portrays it as a televised group chat suffering from delusions of grandeur, where the hosts compete for who can be the most offended instead of fostering serious debate. The irony, as Gutfeld often notes, is rich. A panel that demands accountability from others seems incapable of introspection. It creates a setting where every issue feels less like a conversation and more like a contest to see who can clutch their pearls the hardest.
Of Joey is that it's like it is a microcosm of the Democrat Party. If you look at The View, it's tightly wound and miserable, largely female, hallucinating and angry. Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City.
His critique wasn't just broad, it was sharply specific. Gutfeld frequently highlights the moments that make audiences either roll their eyes into another dimension or laugh out loud at the absurdity. The opposing script referenced many of Gutfeld's classic takedowns, like his comparison of The View to a medical institution teaching human, error, or the savage Johnsonville sausage recall joke suggesting all 42,000 pounds of tainted meat could be traced to one New York studio, a thinly veiled jab at The View. Then there are the hosts themselves, particularly Joy Behar, who regularly serves up comedic softballs. Her bizarre claim that men who dislike Kamala Harris's laugh are sexist, somehow linking it to her bedroom performance, sparked immediate attention. Gutfeld and others don't even need to exaggerate. They just need to replay the footage.
It's about The View. It's become like a medical hospital that displays human misfailure. Like it's like here, let's look at this political oddity. You know, it's like it really is like the left-wing equivalent of a carnival sideshow, except instead of bearded ladies and fat clowns and two-headed cows. Well, let me rephrase that. But The View is a victim of the sunk cost fallacy. You know, how can you now speak the truth when for years you've been telling lie after lie after lie? Now you're carrying this big bag of rocks around you because it's too harmful for their ego to admit that we really were dishonest. And they could be honest. All they would have to say is, look, we hate Trump so much. We were willing to lie about Joe Biden because we felt he was preferable. We thought our lying and our cover-up was on your behalf. Just say that. You're still scum, but at least you're honest scum.
Beyond the humor lies a grim irony that Gutfeld and many others couldn't ignore, a dessert of poetic justice. For years, The View and similar platforms have been accused of wielding the cancel hammer with reckless abandon, silencing dissenting voices, and fostering a climate intolerant of ideological diversity. Now, the tables seem to be turning in dramatic fashion. The very company signing their checks is allegedly threatening not full cancellation, but significant damage to their operating model. Gutfeld appeared to relish the duplicity, spotlighting the poetic justice of the cancellers facing their own reckoning. It raises a sobering question for any outspoken media figure. Are you ever truly safe when corporate interests and public Sentiment shift.
An anti-aging drug for dogs has moved closer to gaining FDA approval. Customers are already waiting in line. No, it's nothing personal. We just saved money using the same picture 3 times.
This controversy isn't just about one talk show's internal drama or one comedian's savage roast. It's a reflection of a larger media war. This might be a tremor signaling a much bigger quake. Is The View simply the canary in the coal mine for a legacy media style that's pushed too many viewers away? As shows like The View struggle to evolve and keep up with changing demands and audience fatigue, alternative voices like Gutfeld thrive, drawing in viewers tired of moral lectures and hungry for humor, irreverence, and common sense. It points to a rising demand for authenticity, for commentators unafraid to challenge sacred cows, and a media space that embraces diverse perspectives over sanctimonious monotony. Gutfeld's ratings continue to outpace his more traditional rivals.
Sexist jackal. If you hate Kamala's cackle, according to The View's moo-moo-wearing mascot, Joy Behar, men are sexist if they're not a fan of Kamala's laugh, or funny women in general, especially if they're in bed. Roll it.
What really ticks me off about him, though, is this laughing Kamala remark. It's such a sexist remark because a guy I was with over the weekend, a friend of mine, they said Kamala's laugh annoys me. Remember they said that about Hillary's laugh, that she was cackling. And men, you know, they don't like a funny woman. They're afraid if you laugh or you make a joke that maybe you'll do that when they're in bed with you.
Oh my
Joy Behar in bed? Ooh. I thought cows slept standing up.
I actually thought that was a nice break from the normal chatter, right? Did you notice how the audience they couldn't tell the difference? Because generally it is a screaming match. And so you have the audience basically joining in. That stuff, it has a reverse effect. Like it's making me more militant in my adherence to fossil fuels and to red meat. It's like I see that, I go, well, I'm gonna just start eating a raw ribeye while driving a tractor trailer up a mountain of coal. Just like this, the whole time. I'm not stopping, I'm coming for you, View. But you're right. It's all, it's actually not right versus left. That's left versus left.
As the dust settles, or chaos builds, what's next for The View? Disney's alleged warning has exposed deep cracks, and Gutfeld's razor-sharp takedown only highlighted the show's slide into self-parody. The View now faces a choice: evolve or fade into irrelevance. Whether they double down, shift gears, or vanish altogether, Gutfeld has already delivered a scathing, unforgettable punchline, leaving audiences to wonder if this is a turning point or just the slow unraveling of a media relic.